So I do a lot of stainless steel work, especially with the boilers and stuff like that. And I need to be able to engrave the serial numbers on the boiler. And these little solenoid-based electrical engravers are just... I need something different. What I need is something like this. But this is of course too big and you're not going to get the detail that you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these, I'm going to redesign it, I'm going to shrink it down, I'm going to macrolize it. How difficult can that be?
So it turns out these things aren't that difficult to design. If you've made a couple of model engineering engines or you made a couple of steam engines, it is very, very easy creating a sort of pneumatic system that'll do the job that I need it to do. Very, very simply, it's got a little piston in the middle with all sorts of valves that open and close, and this piston moves up and down the cylinder, striking the end cap. It works on exactly the same principle as most of the engravers that the DIY guys make. The only difference is they buy these tire inflators and they make it go positive and negative vacuum. I didn't want to do that. I wanted something with a little bit more oomph. Now that piston in the middle there, that piston is about 9 grams. So it's double the size of most of the DIY engravers. I can also run this, well, in theory, on the full shop compressor pressure. Now that's what I want. I want something that I can engrave stainless steel, and I don't want to fiddle with all sorts of other tire pressure systems. So let's make this and see how it works. So I'm dying to see if this is actually going to work, because it's on the same principles as a steam engine. And I made this little piston with a special little valve inside, and that's a nice fit. It's got the right sound. Just put the end cap on. Now I haven't sealed anything. All I want to see if this thing is going to vibrate under pressure. Yep, that is going to make a mark on metal. Nice.
So there's my little pneumatic engraver, and this little guy packs one hell of a punch. It's very similar to the other ones that you find on the internet, but it was designed with model engineering in mind. So the valves were designed for steam engines and so forth. So it packs one hell of a punch. It has a normal high-speed steel tip with a normal grab screw, easy peasy. Has a nice ergonomic handle. The back end is open and seals quite nicely for putting a little bit of oil in, and Bob's your uncle. Because the model engineering thread is nice and fine, you don't get much leaking from the back there. So I have a point at the tip because I want to compare it with the electric engraver, can see what the difference is. But let's just show the whole setup. It has normal sort of clear line to the end, and then this is my foot pedal. Let me explain. I'm not going to go and build a whole valve system. I'm just going to use what I have lying around. This will make a perfect foot pedal. What I've also done is I've designed the engraver so that it doesn't start by itself. So if you put air in, you can see the engraver isn't working. But the minute that you apply pressure, there we go. Let's see how this bad boy works. Okay, this is a piece of stainless steel. It's actually a cutout from one of my boilers, so it is quite tough. Now I want to compare this to the electrical engraver, which makes one hell of a noise, but let's do that first. The electrical engraver has a tungsten tip, and let's just make a little mark. Let's see how well this works. By the way, it is set on the highest setting. There we go. Let us see how much deeper the electric engraver goes. So foot pedal on, power on. That's quite a difference. Now these engravers can do something else, and this is where they really come into play. I just need to change the tip. And there's my little engraver. Thanks for watching, guys. I should probably pack this away before I break something.